All right, gang, let's catch up with the Kaiser's battle. Apologize that I've been a little slow on the video output here recently. It's been a busy last week and a half on the job, so I've got so many things I want to do. I'm all fired up, and I'm gonna try to get this video posted tonight. Keep you all up to date with what's going on. We'll go right over. Let's look at the casualties. That is the British. Not one German unit has been destroyed and knocked off the map yet. They've been some step losses, but that's a lot of stuff. Thank God they get replacements and variable stuff and whatnot. So I think it was Vic from Vic's Miniatures gave me a little tip, or it could have been Vincel. I have to look see which one. About I talked about using a zone of control wall, and then he recommended in a unit behind the gap in case the Germans do break through. All right, so I have played, last time it was what? Turns 3 and 4. Now I played 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay? And I finally decided to just pull the Brits back to the river line here and try to spread some of the I guess these are the American units that came on. They get a lot of 10 strength units, trying to spread them across the map to try to at least keep the Germans from getting off the map, because they got to have, all right, so minimal to win, they need to have 36 to 45. And for every one of these towns over this red line, they get 1 point. So I'd have to say with 2 turns left, it's looking good for the British, actually. So, because I'm pretty sure there's not 36 towns they can take. Not the way the Brits are. They're still spread up here. The Germans they weren't as strong coming through here, but they're going to have to get strong if they want to break through. So it's appearing that the Germans, they need to break out and get whatever they can off this map in the next 2 turns. All right? And that's just all there is to it. So artillery, the Germans are starting to weaken on the artillery a little bit as it gets later in the game, and the Allies are starting to get more. The gas over here, it was playing its role, slowing the Allies moving through it, but it looks like it's going to be null and void now after this turn. You'll see 2 of them disappeared, or 1 of them disappeared. So gas is probably going to be useless now for the rest of these turns, and have to use the German artillery for other things. So getting ready to start again. You see I've masked up here. I've got the 17th, I've got the 9th, and I've got the 3rd. I guess these are armies. And I'm trying to shift the Allies over. I'm going to hurt some supplies on some folks, but I got to strengthen this over here. So they're going to break through. The Germans need to try to break through, get across that river, and the only thing I can see is get enough of these units eliminated so nobody can cut the supply off and get these guys off the board over here. I did actually have a couple of German units cut off from supply a couple turns ago, but it wasn't anything severe, so they were able to break that up. So covered a lot of ground, but apparently you need to cover a lot more to win this thing as the Germans. All right, so we got 2 more turns to go, and I'll get back to you just as soon as I get those 2 turns straightened out. Also, Gamer Hudson was talking about the solo system. I think that's what he was talking about. So I went ahead and downloaded them and printed them and cut them up. And I am using some of these things for like some decisions for the Allies. So I'm playing this from the Central Powers. I'm playing it from their perspective, trying to see if I can do this. Granted, I'm not cheating the Allies, but I'm being more aggressive with the Central Powers. But I've been using the probability cards there, and you just flip them over. You ask a question and you think you got to sort of determine the personality of the leader. So, like for the Germans firing gas, I'm saying, well, these German leaders are aggressive, so look, we're going to say that they're probably going to do it. And then I say, okay, will the Germans probably fire persistent gas? And then I'll flip the card over and I'll go to the probability. And if it says yes, then I'll use some of the artillery to fire gas. Hey, let the cards do the choice for you. So, that's just an example of how you can use those. I think Hudson, he's probably going to do something here before long that will be, I'm sure, I know him, it'll be something extremely thorough and useful on how to use these things, if that's what he's getting, which I think it is, 'cause it's the only thing I've ever seen. But yeah, we'll keep messing with him. All right, so now let's wrap this one up. We got 2 more turns to go. Try to get you an outcome on this. This has been kind of fun, actually. You know, the most stressful part of this game, or the hard part of this game, is when you're doing the air and the artillery in the initial phases of each turn. Movement and combat, you just fly right through that. I mean, it literally doesn't take me but a couple minutes to do movement. You know, you do a movement, then you do a second movement, then you do combat, then you go to the other side and do the same thing. Okay? And then you add your artillery in on your attacks and whatnot. So, like I said, other than the air phase and the initial artillery stuff, it runs pretty smooth. All right, for an older game, it's got some really good details too. All right, guys, the Kaiser's battle. We'll get this one wrapped up to you and get you an outcome here real soon. Thanks for watching.